up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am here to talk about tarot cards. I want to show y'all some of my books, and I also want to talk about hoodoo. So let's get straight into it. Let me clear the air because I was feeling like this really strong energy just now. Something very heavy came over me, and I think it was trying to prevent me from making videos today because it was like a strong, heavy energy feeling that made me feel really, really depressed real quick. And I was like, no, don't mind my shoulder. I got some new tattoos. You probably can't really see it. It looks really crazy right now. Like I have, oh my gosh, what's going on? I have that continent Africa, and I have a unk right here, but you probably can't really see it. It's like it's bleeding. I have to take like this whole thing off like tomorrow. So yeah, let me set my mood real quick, and I'm gonna be right back because something real negative just tried to come over me just now. That was like trying to prevent me from making this video. Like, when I say I had it all planned out, you guys, I had it all planned out, and some dark negative energy like completely came over me and like just try to destroy my whole mental. So I'll be back. Let me set my mood and I'll be back. So yeah, I'm just lighting a sage incense. This is the same incense I told you guys about, the white sage. Make sure y'all get that. But yeah, I'm gonna share with you guys some of my my tarot card collection. We're gonna talk about hoodoo, and I'm gonna share with you guys some books that helped me along my journey. I still haven't got my setup all the way situated. I have a lot of stuff in my room, as you can see. Like, I have so much stuff going on in here. I actually pulled out this couch so that I can make a video on this background, but it didn't work out. And like I said, some dark demonic energy tried to come over me and try to stop me from making this video. And I was like, no, not gonna happen. You're not about to stop me from making this video. So now my energy is back up. Before I even touch these tarot cards, I'm gonna use some Florida water. Florida water is a good energetic cleanser. I like to put this on me even before I leave the house. I'm gonna show y'all how I put it on. I just put some in like my hands. I'm actually running out of this. I need to get some more. I put it in my hands. I wrap it like on my arms. I put it like on the back of my shoulders and on my neck, because I feel like the enemy, that's where it comes. The enemy comes when you least expect it. Like, you can have a negative energy like on your back and follow you. Like, it's crazy, y'all. So yeah, get y'all some Florida water or whatever. So yeah, I feel comfortable right now sitting on this couch and in this area. I feel very, very comfortable right here. So we just gonna get into it. Got my water in case I get thirsty. Okay, so let's talk about how I even got into tarot. So a long time ago, I always knew, I was like a spiritual person. Like, even when I was a kid, I remember I was reading books. And I was reading books and I was laying on the couch, and like something came towards me and was like, it like tapped me, right? Something came toward me, or something tapped my shoulder, and I was like, what the freak was that? Like, I got scared, y'all, and I ran up the stairs. So it's kind of like I always knew that there was like a physical world and like an unseen world that we don't see, that, you know, people don't talk about. So it kind of started when I was a kid, like having these spiritual happenings that made me realize like there is something else out here besides us, like, for real. So anyways, fast forward to like 2015, 16, I started thinking like I want to be a vegetarian, yada, yada, yada. I started getting into astrology, yada, yada, yada. And then I started getting into crystals. My favorite crystal, y'all, is amethyst. This is amethyst. I'm using a little bit of my lighting right now, so this is actually a little bit better than like the last video from what I'm seeing. But this is amethyst. This is my favorite crystal. I also have a bracelet, and I keep amethyst around my neck. I keep amethyst around my neck all the time. Like, I don't play. I sleep with this. I walk with this. And it's also important before you tap into any type of tarot cards, any type of magic, you have to learn protection magic. I think I'm gonna do a separate video. About protection magic and what that is about. But let's get straight into this video because I don't want to make it too long. Let's start with how I found out about hoodoo. So hoodoo started with me meeting a guy, right? Shout out to you, Tay. You know who you are if you're watching. You put me on to hoodoo. I had no clue what it was. So we was talking, we having a conversation, and he was like, my family don't play. They be doing that hoodoo. And I'm like, what is he talking about, right? I'm like, hoodoo? What are you talking about? I'm thinking dude is talking about voodoo. Thinking dude is talking about voodoo. And this whole time he's talking about hoodoo. I'm like, what the heck is hoodoo? Like, I'm so confused. Like, I'm thinking that dude's spelling is wrong. Like, something is wrong with him. And this whole time he's talking about something that was so foreign to me that I had no clue about. Like, mind you guys, I grew up north. So, like, I feel like your roots is down south. Like, anything you want to know that's closer to, like, your lineage is down south. Because of, I believe, a lot of us black people don't believe that we're descendants from slavery and from Africa, but I do. I honestly feel like the dreams that I've had, the connections I've had, I know for sure that in my bloodline is Africa. I feel like everything comes from Africa, but you have some black Americans that don't associate with Africa or don't associate with slavery, but I feel like that's in my roots. So anyways, he put me on to hoodoo, and when he put me on hoodoo, I started doing my research. They say when you're ready to learn, the teacher shows up. When the student is ready to learn, the teacher shows up. And he showed up, you guys. He showed up. He taught me mad stuff. He even taught me about Haitian voodoo and about deities in Haitian voodoo. So it's like, it really sparked my mind. I went home, I started doing mad research, and I came across my first tarot deck because of that. The first book that I picked up, so this is the first book that I picked up in research. It's called Jambalaya, and it is by Louisa Tish. And this book is so good, you guys. Like, this book is so good. It taught me so much about different things. Like, it has stories about her life. It talks about different folk tales and different traditions and ancient traditions in Africa. It's like a really, really good book that introduced me to a lot. It's a good read. It talks about like I think it even talks about some parts of what is Santeria and like different cultures of African spirituality. This book is so good, you guys. It really opened my mind to like African American beliefs and things like that. So this book actually is what made me get my first tarot deck. So yeah, that's one of the main books that made me want to pick up my first tarot deck. It has a lot of like rituals in there as well. Like, stuff I was reading in this book is stuff that I saw like people in my family do, and I don't even know if they were aware that that was like some type of ritualistic type of stuff. And it was just a really deep book. It really just opened my mind, and it just made me want to get my first tarot deck. They say you're not supposed to get your own tarot deck, but I went ahead and got my tarot deck. I was being called to it, so I did, and I'm going to show y'all the tarot deck right now. So this is tarot deck. It's called Afro Tarot Deck. It's by Just Jumanji. It is a all black tarot deck. It is by a black designer, black owned business, everything. And I just love the packaging of it. Like, I love the moons, I love the pyramids. I just love the whole like galactic look of this deck. This is my ride or die deck, you guys. I have this deck for a while now, and I take it everywhere with me. I'm gonna show you what's inside. So when you open this deck, it comes with like a mini guidebook, and this is like kind of torn up. Yeah, this is kind of torn up. So, but it has like the cups. It tells you like the different meanings of it. It used to be a booklet, but it broke. I think there's something on the back of this one. Yeah, the major arcana and pentacles, and I think cups is on the back of wands. So this is like the major arcana ones. It tells you the different meanings of all of them, and I love the back of the deck, and I'm gonna like show y'all some of them. I love the back of the deck, and I just love the layout of it. It's so pretty. So yeah, this deck is really nice. This is a magician. I'm gonna show you a few of the cards. Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Justice. I really like this one. I used to pull this one a lot. Look at that. That is the Three of Swords. Every time I see these cards, I look at them in different decks and I study them. But this deck is so nice. Let me show y'all my favorite cards from this deck. So these are my favorite cards from the deck. The High Priestess. I just love this deck. Like, it looks like an elder woman with a lot of wisdom, and that's what the High Priestess is. It's like the woman of many wombs. I said wombs. Woman of many moons. She's been the mother, the maiden, the mother, and she's the crone, and she has so much knowledge and secrets of ancient wisdom. I used to pull this card a lot. I really love that card. That's one of my favorites. This one is also one of my favorites from this deck. Is the Nine of Pentacles. Every time I see this card, it represents like the independent woman, the woman that got everything together. She's a hard worker and she getting it on her own. And of course, I love like the sunflowers. As you can see, these actually look like real people. Like, they look like real people. This is also one of my favorites. This is the Empress. Isn't she so beautiful? Like, I just love how like African these are. Like, so beautiful. Like, these are like real people. Like, oh my god, so beautiful. Like, look at the waterfall in the background. You have the star. This is represented by the Aquarius symbol, the water barrier. And you have the Queen of Wands. Look how beautiful that is. Like, the images of this, like, I don't think y'all seen like the details of this African art. It's so beautiful. You have the Two of Cups. Let me move those out the way. You have the Two of Cups. This is very, very beautiful. Think about two people, right, that are connected and they're watering each other. As you can see, it's like it's two equal cups, and it's like, you water me, I water you. You fill my cup, I fill your cup. I love this. If you pull this card, it's a good connection you have with somebody. And then my other favorites are the Sun. This is so beautiful to me. Like, I just love the theme of it. The sunflowers and the children just look so settled and like just calm and innocent. You know, the sun represents vitality, and of course children have that. They have the most energy. And I love this card. This is the Lovers. It's just beautiful. Like, look at their attire, like what they're wearing, you know? Real African art. Okay, yeah, so that's my Ride or Die deck. Like, I love that deck so much. I take it like everywhere with me. I put it in my purse. It's like a cute size box, so it's like really small. So I take it with me everywhere. This was my very first deck. So let's talk about more about hoodoo. So I had a dream. So after I get this deck, I have a dream about the hoodoo deck, okay? Mind you, I was searching for decks along with looking for decks. When I looked at this Afro Tarot deck, I was looking at other decks too, and I came across the hoodoo deck, and I was like, heck nah, because the stuff that he told me, let me tell you, he told me the good side of hoodoo and he told me the bad side of hoodoo. He told me about how people use it for evil, how people use it for good. And as you know, when you do mention the word hoodoo, it's kind of like forbidden. It's like, shh. It's like unhushed. Like, you don't talk about that. Even people that know about it in a family, they don't talk about it. Like, it's like secretive, I would say, because I guess like during slavery time, if the master knew you was practicing any type of witchcraft or anything like that, they hang your ass. So, you know, you had to be very careful with it. But hoodoo is really something that was brought over from Africa. So you have voodoo and African spirituality in Africa. They brought us over here on the slave trade, and when they brought us over, they took witch doctors, they took high priestess, they took spiritual men, medicine women, healers, all type of spiritual people came over from Africa to America, right? So when they came to America, they leaving behind their culture, their traditions, their plants, their medicine, their trees, their spirits, all type of stuff was lost during this slave trade and during this shipment to the Americas and the Caribbeans and stuff, right? That's why when you hear about like the Caribbean, Cuba and stuff like that, Santeria, you know what I'm saying? I think Dominican Republic has the 21 division. Is it the 21 divisions? I'm not sure. But all those different things that you see in these different countries came from Africa. It came from Africa, but it switched up when they got into these new places because they were leaving behind a lot of their traditions. So they had to kind of make a new tradition, and they called it different things. So for us Black Americans, they call it hoodoo because it was like African spirituality came to the States, and we had to work with what we had over here. So you had these witch doctors, medicine women, herbalists, all types of people that came from Africa, and they were in slavery, right? What they gonna do? So of course, a lot of them still had those traditions in them. They worked with the land here in America, the plants, the herbs, all of that. They worked with it, and they called it hoodoo. And they used this magic to gain power over their oppressors and to protect themselves and for prosperity. A lot of people use hoodoo for good. A lot of people didn't use it for bad. But you had that bunch of people that are evil and they have ill intentions and they want to do bad stuff. So that's why when people say stuff like voodoo, hoodoo, you automatically think negative, because a lot of people do use it for negative, and it's not right. Because let me tell you, karma is karma will come back for your behind. I want to curse, but I can't. Karma will come back. I'm switching it up, you guys. I'm trying to be a little bit better. So karma will come back for you. So you have to be very, very careful what you do to people. So that includes this type of work too. You cannot be putting spells and hexes on people and all this type of evil stuff and not expect that you gonna be messed up. If you think about it, a lot of people that be doing this type of stuff, they be having bad health. They either die early, something bad happened to one of their family members. You cannot take this stuff and do evil stuff with it. When I first started talking to my ancestors, they let me know, if you ready for this, you have to have a clean heart, you have to have a clean mind, you have to have clean hands. You cannot touch this stuff. I guess my ancestors must have been good type of spiritualist people, because they told me straight up, like, you can't mess with this. If first of all, you can't be scared. That's what the guy told me. He told me that I couldn't be scared with this stuff because he said negative energies feed off of fear. So he warned me, like, if you're gonna really be tapped into this, you cannot be scared. But my ancestors let me know, like, I have to have a clean heart. I have to have good, clean hands when I'm messing with this stuff, so that good will come my way. Because it's like what goes around comes around. What you do to people gonna come back to you. The same thing with magic. I was researching different tarot decks, and I came across the hoodoo deck, and I saw it. I'm like, I don't know about those images. I don't know about this deck. I don't know. Right? I'm cool with tarot deck I have, but I wanted more, so I was researching more. And y'all, I had a dream about the deck. I had a dream about the hoodoo tarot deck, and it was scary as crap, because let me show y'all the images that showed up. I'm about to show y'all the deck right now. So in the dream, like, this exact cover showed up. Like, I saw this whole image, like the whole front of the card, right? Remind you, it says it's a card deck for root workers. Like, in my dream, I see this deck. Why am I having a dream about this deck for root workers? I'm not no root worker. That's what I'm thinking. Like, what? No. Like, what's going on? So I see this whole image in the dream first, right? So after I see the cover, the dream goes on. Some other stuff is happening. And then I see this card. Tell me y'all wouldn't be spooked out if y'all saw this card. If y'all saw this card, y'all would be spooked out too. I was so scared, y'all. I woke up too fast. Like, what the heck was that? Like, the card was like in the dream, like coming towards me. Like, I was so spooked out. Oh, y'all, I woke up like too fast, like spooked out. But then I had this calming feeling, like that was my ancestors, because they be coming through in my dreams trying to tell me about something. So I think I was having difficulty figuring out what deck to get. And I think they were showing me, like, this is the one you need to get. But when I saw that card, I was like, heck no, like, I'm not about to get that deck. But later on, I learned what the card meant, and it made so much sense because it resonated with my life and what I was dealing with. The card really represented so much of fear that I had going on within me that I needed to handle. So I'm happy I had the dream, and I'm going to show y'all some cards of this deck. And this deck is really, really deep. It taught me even more about hoodoo and the people that practice hoodoo a long time ago in some of these parts where I live at, down here in South Carolina and Georgia and everything. Like, it taught me more about people in history that were using root work to help our people. So it got deep, y'all. So when you open the deck up, it's a book, and the book is by Tiana Lee McQuiller. She also wrote this one. So when I got the deck, I also went ahead and got this one as well. And this one has like spells in it. It also taught me about incense, the meaning of certain incense, candle magic, and all types of stuff. So this is another good one to get. If you get this deck, go ahead and get this book along with it till you learn a lot from both of them. So it comes with a book, a guidebook, and a little bit of history on hoodoo. From right here, a long time ago, they used to use bones to do readings, similar to tarot card readings. They used to use bones to counsel people and tell them about what's going on in their life and things like that, like the shape of different bones. And I believe that this is ancient in Africa even to this day. So when you look at the back of the cards, as you can see, this is the map of down south. This is all the southern states: Texas, Alabama, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. This is where majority of like that hardcore slavery got taken place in America. And this deck also talks about like the Gullah Geechee people and all of that. If you're familiar, these are people that came from Africa and came along the coast right here and settled. People before even slavery Africans was coming over here way before. So when you have people say, oh, we not African, it's like, don't listen to them people, because if we not African, what are we? Everybody come from Africa. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm not African. No, like, you sound stupid. So yeah, I really like this deck as I learned it. It's a little different than like the original tarot decks, but I'm gonna show you some of the images. 2 of baskets. It's different sayings. You have railroad bills. So like these type of people in the book would be actually real people in history that did things, and they tell you a story about the people. Like for instance, railroad bill would represent the chariot and tarot. And it also gives you a scripture at the top too, which I think is very, very important. And I think is very, very cool, because if you think about a lot of the Southern folks, they love the Bible. And people don't realize it, but the Bible is a book of spells. Like the Bible, you can do some things with the Bible, like the verses in the Bible. But anyway, this says, Railroad Bill was a laborer with no clear past in his name, place of birth, and many other details about his life remain a mystery. What we do know is that the authorities claim he was a man named Morris Slater, and we know the hell he put them through. It all started in 1894 while Bill was employed as a turpentine worker in Bluff Springs, Florida. So you see like the history is like in different parts of down south, and it tells you like about this person and what they did. As you can see, they say he had spiritual powers. He was a conjurer man, and he used his conjuring skills to avoid being captured. I think the creator of this deck did her research to find out the history of the people. Dr. Grant, if you look in the book, it's going to give you a scripture, and it's going to tell you about who this person was, what they did. Son of Knives. Like the images are very like Southern, I would say. Aunt Caroline, Father of Sticks. Like they're very, very like different than like your traditional deck. And I like it. This is actually, I would not say this is a beginner deck. I would say this is a good study deck to study if you want to know about hoodoo. And this is a good deck for, I would feel, Black Americans who, I mean, anybody can get this deck, but it does cater to, you know, Black Americans. And yeah, these are my favorite cards in the deck. That's the cover. Them bones. Gullah Jack. I really like this picture. I don't know why. It just really speaks to me. Gullah, if you guys know anything about that. I learned, you guys, another thing, I didn't learn about Gullah Geechee people until I came down south. My grown self did not know nothing about the Gullah Geechee people. Like, I knew there was like this show on TV called Gullah Gullah Island, but I had no clue like that had anything to do with like the Gullah Geechee people. This is the strength card. I really like that one. Dr. Buzzard. The story behind him is very interesting. He used to use hoodoo to help people win court cases. Like, he used to do something with, like, I think tobacco or something like that, and be chewing it in the court, or I don't know, something. It's a story behind him. And if you look closely at the Statue of Liberty, it's like an African mask of a witch doctor. You guys, the original Statue of Liberty was actually a black woman. It was a gift from France for freed slaves, and they whitewashed her. They did it out her face, sent her back to France, and made her a white woman. African mask of a witch doctor. So like a lot of the people in the South were strongly connected with the roots of Africa, because, you know, slavery started from Africa to the Americas. But like I said, a lot of us don't connect with this because we don't believe we have anything to do with it. A lot of these images can probably be scary for some, but they don't scare me. I've learned that fear is in the mind. I like this one. If you look closely at it, it's like she got her Bible, she got her gun, and she got her ancestors with her. Like, that is dope. Like, what? You can't mess with her. She strapped up. Like, she got the whole team with her. She got the Holy Bible. She got that, you know, she pulled that trigger on your butt. I wanted to say another word. And then the skeletons in the background represent the ancestors behind her, holding her down. I really love this card. I used to pull this one a lot when I used to ask questions about, like, who am I? And as you can see, she looks like she's like a psychic type of woman. She has a crystal ball and things like that. She's very beautiful. I love this image. She's very beautiful, like a gypsy woman in a way. I like this one too. This is the ancestors, and a lot of people used to tell me that, like, be careful how you treat the babies because they are our ancestors. So I like that it's the image of a baby. This probably will creep people out, but I like that it's the image of a baby. And yeah, like, you ever notice like babies be looking around, they be like smiling, and you be like, what the heck is they looking at? They are really connected with the spiritual world. Don't play around with the little people, you know what I'm saying? So Bishop C. Mason, it talks about his story, and I like this one too. This represents the crossroads. That's a big part of hoodoo, is doing work at the crossroads. So if you're interested in this deck, go get it. You're gonna learn some history. Also, in this book at the top, it gives you a plant, and what I would do is I would look up the plants and see what they meant. And I thought that was interesting, like how a lot of the cards had like different plants at the top, like slippery elm root, rue, and maypop, danberry. So I believe that the major arcana has like the scriptures, and then the minor arcanas have like the plants. Oh, this one has plant too. Yeah. So this made me want to look into herbalism as I was researching about hoodoo too, because so yeah, like that actually made me want to look up herbalism, because I realized that with hoodoo it has a lot like roots. It has a lot to do with like going out into nature and getting stuff like that, like natural things to do magic. So it was so interesting to me. Like, I stopped being scared of like what people were saying, and I started doing my own research. And I'm like, okay, I see why my ancestors is like, this is your lane, okay? So because I was looking at the plants and stuff like that, I picked up some other books. So I picked up this book right here. It's called Hoodoo, Herb, and Magic. It's African American conjure, traditional formulary, giving the spiritual uses of natural herbs, roots, minerals, and zoological curios. This is actually written by a white woman. A lot of people do not like that, but you guys got to think about it. So you guys got to think about it, okay? So even though it was written by a white woman, you got to think about it. White people, different cultures, be going over to Africa and Haiti, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Brazil, all the time to all these places where it's melanated people and getting that knowledge. And then they use it on us. They come back to wherever they at. Some of them use it for evil. Some of them use it and they put it in a book. They put it in a book and they make millions of dollars off of it. But we scared to go over to these places and learn about our history. They dumbed us down so bad that when you mention African spirituality or anything that I'm talking about, oh my gosh, you're a witch, you're evil, da, da, da. And it's like, it's ignorance to me, and it's really, really sad how much mind control they put on us to make us not even want to go towards our traditions and towards our beliefs and where we originated from. We so disconnected from Africa, it's crazy. I was talking to somebody the other day and we was talking, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Africa, and they was like, oh, be careful, you know, just saying all types of crazy stuff like, you're gonna get kidnapped, you're gonna get this and that. Like, that happens everywhere, first of all. But the thing is, why are we such in a rush to go to all these other places, but we scared to go places where it's people that look like us? Like, I promise you, I went to the Dominican Republic, you guys. They black. They don't even want to. And what's so sad is a lot of Dominicans do not like Haitians. They do not like black people. They done got colonized too, to think that white is better than us. Like, I don't mean to take this conversation here, but let's talk about it. We have been so brain controlled and mind controlled and all types of stuff that we think low of ourselves, that to the point where they did this on purpose so we can stay away from who we are. What is that saying? You want to keep something away from a Negro? Put it in a book. Why do you think reading was forbidden in slavery? If we got smart and we found out about who we are and we read and we was brilliant and stuff like that and we really educated ourselves, man, you can't touch it. But the problem is, yeah, I don't even want to go into it. It's a lot. Like, that's another video. It's another video because I'm passionate about my people. I'm so passionate about my people. But it's so sad to me how much we hate ourselves and how much we dislike where we come from. You get what I'm saying? It's very, very sad to me. And on this channel, I want to open up your minds to really love and appreciate yourself. You know, natural hair, spirituality, eating healthy, all of that. Like, I want to share my journey with y'all so that you too can learn to go within and find out who you are. Because I didn't know nothing about my connections with anything until I took the journey within and connected with my ancestors. That's where it starts. Everything is you. Everything starts with you. Connect with your ancestors. Talk to the Most High. You will get so many downloads about who you are. It's crazy. You don't need nobody telling you who you are. You yourself know who you are. It's in you. It's in your blood. It's gonna reveal itself to you. They have like these ancestor DNA tests that I don't trust. Somebody asked me like, are you gonna get that DNA test? No. First of all, they already have a lot of our DNA. When we have babies and they take our placenta, they got our DNA. When they take our blood, they got our DNA. Who knows what they doing with our DNA? Let alone, we are very, very strong people. That the melanated people, we are very, 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 very powerful. Matter of fact, I'm gonna link a documentary in the description. It's called Hidden Colors. You guys might feel some type of way about this documentary because it's long. A lot of us black folks, oh, I don't want to watch that. That's too long. Or I don't feel like reading that book. It's too long. But you are depriving yourself of some knowledge. Knowledge is power. Come on now. Like, let's wake the freak up. We are being controlled. We are being brainwashed. Like I said, this is a whole nother couple of videos. But I'm going to link for anybody that is interested in what I'm talking about and how we've been controlled and how they removed us so far away from our roots in Africa. Watch this documentary. Even if you watch it each day, watch it from start to finish. They said Christopher Columbus discovered America. No, he didn't. Africans was already coming to America before they even touched over here. We was already over here. That's why you have some people saying, oh, I'm not African, or oh, I'm not a descendant from slavery because I was already here. True, you got some of us that came from slavery and you got some of us that was already here. The ones that was already here is African. So if you saying that you not African, if you saying that you disconnected from Africa, you sounding real stupid. if you look like me. I'm sorry, just is. How do you think you got this skin color? How do you think you got this type of hair? Like, come on, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't work myself up talking about this stuff. Like, don't get me started, y'all don't understand. I'm the black sheep of my family. I'm the weird one that people be like, what's wrong with her? No, what's wrong with you? Open your eyes. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Y'all, when my third eye opened, I couldn't shut it. I couldn't shut my third eye, y'all. It's like, it's wide open. I'll be seeing through my stuff, y'all. But let's get back into the tarot card collection. I'm gonna show y'all all my black decks that I have, because I feel like I'm putting a lot of emphasis on blackness. So let's talk about that, and then I'll show y'all other tarot decks as time go on. But I didn't want to make this video very long. My phone is actually about to die soon, so let me finish about the books and some more tarot cards. I'm about to just go show y'all them right now. So this is another tarot deck that I got. This was probably like my third or second one, and it's called the Afro Goddess Tarot deck. I love like just the whole packaging of it, and it's by Andrea. Is it Furtick? I don't even know. But this is also a black tarot deck. You know what's so crazy to me? All the black tarot decks are like super expensive, and all the ones that are like made by like other cultures are dirt cheap. It's so crazy. But it says, for there is a most divine strength encased within the passion for wisdom and nestled in the cycle of external existence. And by the alignment of both wisdom and action, your destiny shall be revealed. Seek and you shall find, my people. So this also comes with a tarot book, and it has the different meanings in it. Pretty simple. And I love the back of the deck is Africa. It's Africa, and it's like this shiny material. I'm going to show y'all some of the images. This is one. Isn't that so beautiful? Like, look at this. Like, it looks like a painting, and it's velvety. It has like a velvety feel to it. This is so beautiful. Look at those images. Like, she painted I think she's a painter, if I'm correct. So yeah, let's get into this deck. Look at that. That's the Emperor. Look at his locks. It dope, right? Oh my god, I just love how these feel. I like this card. This deck is easy for me to read because it's like close to the traditional Rider-Waite deck, which I will show you soon. She's standing her ground. She not, you can't move her. She got her foot, she's grounded, and she's like, I got my sticks in the ground. You can't touch me. Like, I'm building right now. Can't mess with me. Like, I'm firm and resilient right now. Look at that, the images. Like, if you look at this, you already know what it means. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's so much stuff going on in her mind. You know what I'm saying? She feeling low, but at the same time, she got that light behind her. All she got to do is remove those negative thoughts and break free. You feel me? I love this one. If you look at it, what is it? What does it look like to you? Yo, I didn't even notice that those were crystals at the top. I didn't even notice that those were crystals at the top. It looks like it's some type of rose quartz. I didn't even realize that. And yeah, this is representation of marriage. This is the Four of Wands. This is a representation of marriage. Beautiful card. This is the Chariot. I love that. Look at the Ankh. Yo, I'm just not realizing that it's crystals in all these pictures. Look. Look how beautiful that is. That's the Empress. The Empress represents the mother, the nurturer. You get what I'm saying? Creativity. Because giving birth is being creative. That's so beautiful. I don't know why it's giving me ocean vibes. This is the Star. I just love how the women like are shaped. Like, we some goddesses for real. Look at her locks. Like, I can't wait for my locks to get that long. Like, what? I'm gonna be walking around just like that. And you see her third eye is showing. Her third eye is showing, if you could see it in the middle. Her third eye. Dope, 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 dope. This is the Tower card. Yep. And this represents like the house burning down, things falling apart to fall into place. And I think it's so crazy that they got the White House like, and then do it's like it's Michelle Obama and Obama, because why are they black? You know what I'm saying? Like, America might go downhill, y'all. We don't know. We don't know. So again, I'm gonna show y'all my favorite cards in the deck that stood out to me. It's always some, I don't know why, but this image is just so powerful. When you look at this image, it really makes you feel the pain of heartbroken, being betrayed, somebody sneaking you. You get what I'm saying? Like, your heart is bleeding because you're in so much pain and betrayal. That's what this card represents, y'all. This card is very, very like, this came out a lot for me, and I'll talk about it like as I go along my journey, the things that happened to me with betrayal and heartbreak. Like, I'll share some of that with y'all. What the reason why I've been away from YouTube for so long, like, y'all gonna know about it. But yeah, look at that, so beautiful. You know what a rainbow represents? They say the rainbow represents gay people, or like is it LBGQ? I don't even know, y'all. This used to represent God's promise of prosperity, abundance, and stuff. That's what that rainbow represents. You know, perfect love and harmony and peace. Which I could see why they use that as a flag for that, but it changed a lot of people's minds about wearing the rainbow. Like, if you wear the rainbow, people gonna automatically think that you gay or something. That's not right. The strength card. Look how beautiful these images are. Like, what? They look like miniature paintings, which they are. Look at that. Look at her body, y'all. Like, goals. She is like so curvy. Like, I love it. I love the sunflowers in her hair. I love the afro. Like, this is just beautiful illustration. Beautiful, beautiful black illustration. I love how sunflowers is a theme in a lot of the tarot decks that I have. That is my favorite flower. These cards are beautiful. I want to get a cuff like that. Look at that. So beautiful. So beautiful. The Lovers. You get what I'm saying? And I like this one. The Wheel of Fortune. I love this one. This one is very beautiful too. Look at her hair. Look at that. I just love this. That's the Fool. New Journey. She's beautiful. Her hair. And this one comes with another, the Supreme. I think, well, this could be the High Priestess. I don't know. I don't know which one this is. But I think this is like an extra card. Yeah, I think this is an extra card. The crystals, again, it looks like amethyst. Speaking of goddess energy, this is a good book to get if you're looking to heal the feminine energy within you. And it talks a lot about your womb, and how the state of your womb and your emotions and things like that can affect your life. This book I picked up this book along my journey, like the beginning of my journey. It taught me about how to set up an altar. It taught me about my ancestors. Like, this is a really good book. It's by Queen Afua. I don't want to go too far into details with it because I'm trying to stay on the topic of tarot. But we talking about the goddess deck, the Afro goddess deck. So yeah, this made me think of goddess, and yeah, this is a good book. I really like, make the hours of 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. sacred. No matter how challenging your daily schedule is, remember, if you put your commitment to spirit first, all the energy you need will be gifted to you. Right. So right. I notice when I wake up around these times, I do be getting downloads from the spirit realm. So yeah, it talks about different gateways, initiation. It talks about how to care for your womb, like what type of juice to eat, the foods to eat, herbs that can help you, like yoga. It gives you like a description of like how to take care of your body. It talks about women with fibroids, and it talks about different things that we eat, like including toxic eating patterns. Like, it talks about a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. So yeah, you guys, get this a book. This is a good book. And yeah, it taught me a lot about ancient Egyptian spirituality. It really did. It talked to me about fasting and all types of stuff. It's a really good book to have in your collection. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you stayed to the end, I freaking appreciate you. I really appreciate you because you stayed and watched the whole thing and you ready to receive this knowledge. You not playing about upgrading yourself and getting some wisdom. Each of us can teach each other something. Like, don't, young or old, I could learn a lot from a young person. I could learn a lot from an older person. We all have something to teach each other. Let's join forces and let's teach one another so that we can become better in what we do. And thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in my next video. I feel like I want to keep my videos focused on natural hair, spirituality, and eating healthy, since that is my vibe. If I do vlogs, they probably be very few, because I know a lot of you guys do like my vlogs, like when I just be with my family. And also like when I travel, you guys will see stuff like that. But I kind of want to keep it like vlogs, spirituality, natural hair, eating healthy, Rastafari, like journey, all of that. Like all of that, I want to share that with you. So that's gonna be my vibe of my channel. Yeah, peace and love. We give thanks for life every single day. Jah Rastafari. I give thanks to the Most High for even allowing me the energy to make this video despite the negative energy that was coming my way. I give thanks for everybody that's watching me today, and I send more life and more blessings to you. Peace to all of y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Anybody that is subscribed to me and watching my channel, I love y'all. Anybody that has been here since day one, I really, really love you. I really do. If it wasn't for y'all reaching out to me and talking to me, I would not be here. So thank you so much for all of y'all. Peace.